Hello, and thanks again for joining us for another Fathom Live, a live stream show dedicated to give you new tips and insights from experts in and around the real estate industry. I'm your host, Jeff Sturtz. Glad to be with you today. Today we have with us Debbie Stallings from McKinney, Texas. Debbie, glad to have you today.
Hi, glad to be here.
Excited about our conversation, and if you think about today's episode, it's kind of like when life gives you lemons, you make lemonade. And during 2020, Debbie made lemonade, and we're going to learn about the lemonade that she made, and hopefully you can take home some nuggets from that as well. We have a contest drawing every single episode, so get to commenting. All you have to do is put your name on one of the comment feeds, either in YouTube or Facebook, and we enter you into a drawing. You can win $200 worth of yard signs. You can win a photo listing package. You can earn $200 of Go Social lead ads. So a lot of stuff there that you can get. So just give us a shout out, just like Susie and Philip and Randy and Renee and Regina and Amy and others have. Just tell us hi or where you're from or whatever. If you comment during the show and we use it in the show to kind of help forward the conversation or ask a question that we then field on the show, then you get entered a few times. That way you have more chances. We love the engagement. It is a two-way conversation, so if you have questions for our guest or for me, feel free to ask them and we'll do our best. Our sponsor, Go Social Agent, will help you with your social media marketing, providing affordable and effective social media marketing to help you grow your business, including getting your account set up. They handle posts. They actually curate posts specifically for you so that you can get your name out there. They offer buyer and seller handbooks, Facebook ad campaigns, and more. That's to help you grow your online community and generate leads. Smash that YouTube notification button if you haven't. If you haven't subscribed, do that. That'd be great. And if you haven't seen a previous show, I encourage you to check out last week's. Will Draper, ton of great information. He's out in North Carolina there in the Triangle, somewhat newer as an agent, but not totally new to the industry. But hearing his journey from just a few transactions to what he's doing now is fantastic. We also have a gentleman, Doug Spriker from out in Florida. He's going to be with us next week. We've got our very own Sean from Parkmont Lending, aka Encompass. So we're excited about that. Yeah, great stuff happening here. So let's jump right into the questions here. Debbie, you did not start in the real estate industry for your career. So what did you do and how did you get to where you are now?
Yeah, this was a career change for me. So I actually started out, I was a crime scene investigator.
Wow.
Yeah, I worked at the Garland Police Department. Loved the job. It was what I actually went to college for, what my degree was in. But what happened was, though, I met my husband there. My husband is a police officer with Garland. And, we did the getting married thing. I got pregnant. And so I kind of realized it wasn't a job for a mom.
Wow.
So
yeah.
I started, then I actually started teaching at a college, and I was a college professor for a while. But it was while I was doing that I started getting interested in real estate. And I then started out as a real estate assistant, a transaction coordinator. But when I did that, it was way back before you needed a license. So that was one advantage I had over
You
new
just
agents
jump right
now.
into it, right?
I was able to go into it without even having a license. So I did that, the assistant thing, for a while, and then I decided to get my license, and I did that and joined Fathom right away. Have not regretted it. Me and my husband, we've been married 12 years, have a 12-year-old son, Cody, and a almost 8-year-old daughter, Claire, and I have an older stepson, Colton. Hi, you guys. But yeah, and so I love it. This is definitely my thing.
So any like crazy things happen with CSI that you can talk about? And by the way, thank you for your work and for your husband's work for our communities. Any crazy stories?
Oh, I've seen a lot of stuff. I mean, dead bodies, everything. It's quite a change going from that to real estate. I go from seeing dead bodies and ugly houses to now I see gorgeous homes. And it's funny because every now and then I'll show a house in Garland or something like that, and I'm like, it looks familiar.
Oh no, it's
before,
like
but it was at a crime scene.
Nothing happened here. This is a perfectly clean house.
Right.
But Anything? Did anything translate over from the CSI world into what you're doing now?
Um, I
I
don't
mean,
know if it
just
translated over,
well, I mean, just be
but
like a skills that you learned that you can now put to work.
I guess people skills maybe, because I know, and when you're in the police field, you have to be able to relate to people and talk to people. And in real estate, same thing. You got to be a people person. You got to talk to people, know the right things to say and know
Right.
what not to say. And yeah.
Very cool. So let's talk about making lemonade. So you, like everybody else, went into 2020 with some some hiccup there, especially in the beginning. Now I know a lot of people made bank. I mean, they did really really well. But you kind of set yourself to work and to learn something new. So maybe talk a little bit about that.
Yeah, 2020, yeah, what a year, right? So while a lot of people kind of just like you said, some people still did great and had a lot of business, and I did okay. But a lot of people just sat around and they
Right.
decided to use the time to, I don't know, relax or just sit on their butts, basically. But I was like, you know what? I'm going to use this downtime and I'm going to grow.
Good for
So
you.
I went from being an agent, I think that no one even knew who I was. Like, no one knew who I was, really. Now I think um, I don't want to sound overconfident, but I think a lot of people know who I am now. But I decided to take the time and I used the tools that Fathom gives us, like Kvcore, and I learned it. I mean, I knew a little bit about Kvcore before 2020, but during that year, I dived in. I taught myself almost everything there is to learn about it. And I decided not to stop there, but I decided to teach other agents what I know as well. So I became a mentor, and I also started a YouTube channel with little tutorials on how to use Kvcore to do this and how to do that, and also with social media stuff, doing Facebook ads, that kind of stuff. I taught it to myself, and I'm like, I'm not going to keep this knowledge just to me. Why not share it?
Yeah, good for
So
you.
I
And I
did
think
that.
that's
And I
kind of
just kind
natural
of,
too. You really, when you really educate yourself in something, you just can't wait to
yeah,
help
that's
somebody
how
else
I
with
get
it.
so excited. Like I'm a kid in a candy store. I get when I know something and I want to share it. I mean, I get so excited. I seriously do. Um, yeah, if you watch some of my videos on my YouTube channel, you can kind of think. I think you can hear my excitement. And I think also the past teaching background that I have, because I said I was a college
Right.
professor. I think that kind of helps as well. Um, so yeah, I like teaching what I know.
So
I just like why keep it.
if you're working with a mentee or a new agent or somebody that hasn't tapped into KV Core, what should they do first?
Um, the first thing is dedicate some time to it, which is why 2020 helped me because I did okay with my business, but I wasn't super busy, so I had some time. And you gotta, I mean, it's because
Make
it can be
hay.
a time
Yeah.
sucker, you
Right.
know. But you got to dedicate time to it and take the time to learn. I have some good videos on my YouTube channel, and I know Fathom has some good tutorials as well, and even KV itself. I mean, there's a lot of videos out there you can watch, and you can search on YouTube for other agents' videos. There's a lot of ways to learn, and I'm someone who learns just by doing it. So I just decided to not just keep saying, like I hear a lot of agents call me and they say they want to do this, they want to do that, but they don't do it. So that's what I did in 2020 was I was like, oh, I'm not going to just keep saying I'm going to do this and that. I'm going to just do it.
Right.
And I did, and I grew and
So
yeah.
what would be then your favorite tool on KV Core that you could use?
Oh, I love the landing pages and the squeeze pages because that's lead generation right there. And see, that's another thing I got great at too, was I have like so many leads right now from all the Facebook ads and Instagram ads that I do. And they're not all just with KV Core. Like I do some just through Facebook as well.
Right.
I love the landing pages because you can do so much with them. It's not just about putting an ad out there with a house. You can do so much more with those landing pages and squeeze pages. You can generate interest lists, which is one ad I have going out right now. You can get someone to like a buyer seller guide, or there's so much you can do. Like so many agents don't know the potential and how much you can actually do with a KV Core. There's so much.
So
You
basically,
can
you're
website
taking
also.
you're creating a landing page within the system that's connected to your website and your CRM, and you're putting it up there, putting the link over as an ad, or just as a post? How are you getting people to go to that page?
Well, can I show you one of my ads? Because I
Yeah,
think it's best to
absolutely.
illustrate one.
Yeah,
Okay, let
yeah,
me try
yeah.
to share my screen here. Okay, can you see my screen, my Facebook page?
There it is. Yep.
Okay. So one example is, so this is a coming soon ad for a listing I have coming up. And usually so with Kvcore, you cannot make a squeeze page with the coming soon. It has to be an active listing. But this is one way that I actually made an ad for my coming soon listing. So it's a post that I made, and actually this was made with Canva. That's another thing I'm really great at, is I love Canva.
Right.
So this was made with Canva, and then when you put your little blurb up here, then when someone clicks on this, it brings this up, and they put in their name, and then the question is, would you like to be notified when this listing officially hits the market? They say yes, and of course I have this question on there: are you already working with an agent? Because I'm not going to mess with them if they are. But then once they put in their information, you hit next, and then I think there's another page with some questions, and then when they get to the end and submit, I get their information, and then it redirects to I think it redirects to my Facebook page, my realtor page. But
Right.
this is one way I do ads, and I've gotten quite a bit already from this. And see, usually you can't do an ad for a coming soon like this. You can put a picture in a post, but there's usually no lead generation with it. This is the way to do it. So
Right.
that's one type of ad. And then, of course, another one is this one. So this one is a squeeze page. This is a listing actually by Shayla Edler. Hi, Shayla. So you click on it, and it takes you to the squeeze page. Hopefully you can see this as well, this page.
Yep.
And then it doesn't prompt me because it's me, but when someone else clicks on it, it prompts them to put their information, like their
Gotcha.
email. You can
Right.
choose to put phone number or not. But this one is done through Kvcore. The other ad I showed you, that coming soon, actually wasn't, I didn't use Kvcore for that one. I just used
Just
Facebook.
native Facebook
Yeah,
lead form.
yeah, it's a
Right.
Facebook lead generation form, but there's still, you can still, when you get the lead, so it goes into your Facebook, but you can still have that put into your Kvcore. So, but that's two ways I do ads right there. And of course I do Instagram ones too. Um,
And are people wanting to see the house when they contact you, or are they just wanting to see that landing page and you get their contact information and say, hey, I saw that you were checking out this property. Are there any properties I can.
um, I think you can see me now, right?
There we go. Yep.
Yeah, it's a little bit of both. I mean, I mean, you get looky-loos too. You get people who aren't really serious, of course you
Right.
do. And you get people who want to go see it. You get people, I mean, you get all kinds of people. One thing I want that I think is really cool. See, a lot of agents don't like Facebook leads because they think, one is they think it's just buyers, okay? And then they leave them alone because a lot of agents right now don't want another buyer because the market's crazy for
Right.
buyers.
Right.
But the thing is, here's a little tip I want to give everybody. You can turn a buyer lead into a seller lead easily, because the thing to think about is there's a reason why they're looking at your ad for a house for sale, right? So
Right.
one, either they're renting and they just want to buy a house, or two, they have a house already, they want to sell it and they want to buy another one.
And they
So
don't
what
have an
I
agent
do,
yet. Yeah.
yeah, like the way I work a lead when that one comes in like that is I get their name. Sometimes it's a bogus name, sometimes it's not. But I always cross-reference and I look up the name. And I have a cool website I use. And if that name is tied to a house as the owner, it's going to come up. And then you look them up in tax rolls and see if the name matches. If the name matches, well, there you go. You got a seller
You
lead
know
right there.
they're. Yep.
Yeah, then you work it, you market that house, send them stuff, knock on your door if you want to. I'm not a door knocker, but some agents are. But yeah, send them stuff, market them, and it's not just a buyer lead anymore. It's now a seller lead.
Right.
So
You get both
yeah, a
sides of
lot
the
of agents don't
transaction.
think that way, but you got to think outside the box, you know?
Right. That sounds very CSI, I
Yeah,
think.
see, there you go. So to answer your question from earlier, that's one way I
You're looking
tie
up
it into
tax
my real
records.
estate. Yeah, I think outside the box, and I don't just look at things on the surface. I look beneath it.
There you go.
So
So that's what I was asking earlier, and I mean it's rife throughout your business here. You just CSI everywhere.
yeah.
So um, so then you along the way here, Well, actually, before I move on to this, I want to ask you, just as far as just general branding, you said, not a lot of people knew me, and then I took advantage of 2020, got your name out there. How are you branding yourself on social media, and how are people coming to know your name in your area?
Yeah, social media branding, that's big. So some agents don't even know what branding is. What branding is basically, it's who you are. It's how you present yourself to your audience, whether that audience is potential clients or other agents or lenders or just average people. It's the image you portray and how you present yourself. And so many agents, I think, don't use social media correctly in that respect. But that's one thing I learned in 2020 was how to do that. And like one thing I see a lot of agents do is, whether it be on their Instagram page or their Facebook page, is their post, it's only just sold, under contract, under contract. That's all that it is on there. Um, and for some people, that kind of looks like bragging, you know?
Right.
But to make that into like a branding type thing, what you do is you tie in posts about you and you show you, because see, people that are on social media, they want to see you. They don't want to just hear about the homes you sold. Okay, that they think that's bragging, and a lot of people don't like bragging, so they want to relate to you. And if you can put a post out there, brand yourself, portray an image that's relatable to the general public, that's how you get leads. That's how you get people who want to work with you, because they want to, when you're in a real estate transaction with somebody, when you're out showing houses to clients, or if it's a listing, it's that takes a long time. So that client is going to be working with you for quite a while.
Right.
They need to like
They want to
you.
know that, they can
They need to
enjoy the
like
time.
you. They need to see who they're going to be working with. That's how they choose who they want to work with. Like, here's an example. I want to use one of the agents on my team. I'm going to show her Instagram page. Okay.
Sure. Yeah.
I can do that real quick. And actually, I'm going to show mine too to help kind of illustrate this. So let me do share again. How do I think this? Oop, can you see it yet? No.
There's like a 1 second delay. So let's see here.
Oh, there we go. Okay,
there we go. Yep.
Okay, so this is Nikki's page. Hi, Nikki. So the thing about Nikki, she's on my team, okay? In addition to being a real estate agent, she's like a workout queen, workout mama, okay? Like, look at this girl here, okay? So she's showing herself. She's showing the people out there, look, if you hire me as your agent, this is also what I do. And
right.
and she'll use hashtags that are not just real estate. See, that's another thing some agents do, is their hashtags and who they're getting their post out to, it's only going to other agents. Like,
right.
They have DFW Realtor, Dallas Realtor. So guess who sees those posts? Just other agents.
The other agents,
But like what Nikki does, I've helped her with this. Her posts are going to other people who are workout queens too, like her.
Right.
Okay. And that's great because it gets her out there to people beyond real estate.
Yep.
And another thing, here's Shayla's page, Shayla Edler. So one thing that Shayla does really well is, you notice she has these filters on all her posts. Like, everything is this nice little hue of this peach color. It's branding. It's showing that image, and see this nice one of her husband and her baby.
Right.
It's getting her image out there. And if I can show mine real quick, this is me. So see what I do. I have my under contract, my coming soon. I still put those out there, but I have some little lifestyle images, branding pictures showing me at work, like this one right here. This was a staging post. You want to show yourself out there because that's what people want to see. What people don't want to see, this guy, I'm not going to show his name, but look at this. Can you see all this? It's nothing but under contract, just listed, just sold.
Yeah, it's kind of akin to spam in a way, when you just put the same
that doesn't
stuff.
help people relate to you.
Right.
So just my social media tip there is be relatable. And this is one thing I did over the past 2020 year. Like when 2020 started, I had maybe 20 people on my page, and see, look what I grew to 1,000 in just less than a year.
Good for you.
By doing this, by putting myself out there, branding myself, putting an image out there. And every post I make, I usually have some kind of life quote or something with it, and I tie it into real estate because that helps
Very
people
cool.
relate to me.
Yeah.
And I have gotten a lot of leads this way. Like the listing I have going after tomorrow, guess how I got that listing? From social media,
Right.
So, but
Well, very
sorry, I can
good.
go off on tangents
No,
and
no,
keep
no.
talking.
I think that's what people need to see. I mean, you have numbers there that you grew your following just by following those kind of principles. Um,
Right.
Now, along the way, and we'll finish with kind of two sides to this coin. You decided to start a team.
Yes,
Why did you
yes.
do that, and how's it
Because I
going?
got so busy. Because, so the past 2020 year, I did a lot more lead generation, a lot more Facebook and Instagram ads, and I was getting those leads. I mean, they're coming in. And so many of them are just sitting there, and I know what to do with them, but I don't have time to do anything with them. So I'm like, and then I started becoming a mentor, and I love teaching them. And then it just kind of one thing went into another, and I was like, well, you know what? I'm growing. Why not grow as a team as well? Build my empire.
Very cool.
So yeah, I started a team. I'm still kind of in the beginning stages of it, but I'm trying to build it out. Um, yeah.
Very cool. Oh, hey, I wanted to relay a question here that was asked, and if it's your secret, you don't have to share it. But Randy asks that what that website is that you go to look up people's names.
Oh, to turn them into sellers.
Yeah,
Fastpeoplesearch.com.
fastpeoplesearch.com. Wow,
Yeah, it's a
secret
simple
sauce.
free website. You put in the name and just any city in the area, and if there's a house with that name on it, it's going to come up. And I have found quite a few, and I'm already marketing to them. So it works. And the thing that I want to tell people too is that you got to be patient. That's the key here too. A lot of agents, when they put an ad out there, they want to convert that lead right now. The thing is, it doesn't work that way. You have to
Right,
be patient with it.
right,
It takes time sometimes.
right. No, that's great. Um,
Yeah, but that's my secret, fastpeoplesearch.com.
yeah, I mean, we used to have like phone books where we could look up their
I know,
last
right?
name, but now you have to like search for.
Yeah, you just put the name. Also, you can put the phone number in there. And if there's a house tied to that name, you got to your buyer lead is now a seller lead.
All right, I'll keep that one in mind. Um,
Yeah.
not only a team leader, but you're also a mentor. Why did you decide to do that, and how have you been able to help agents get on their feet?
I decided I'm going to give props here to Dawn Dove. She's one of my mentees, and she actually convinced me to become one because during the 2020 year, she was a new agent. She got her license, and I was not a mentor yet, but I started helping her a whole lot, and she just I kind of realized after talking to her a lot how much I loved teaching real estate. So, and yeah, I have, I think, like 8 mentees now. And I'm
Wow, good for
busy,
you.
and sometimes I feel bad because I feel like I don't have time for all of them. But I mean, they've done great. Like I have one of my mentees just a few weeks ago. She has less than a year and she sold a $2.5 million property. That's
Whoa,
Shawana O'Neill. Props to you.
good job.
And Shayla's another one just had her third transaction in less than 6 months.
Well, you just
They're
got
doing
some
great.
love back from Shayla. She
Yeah.
says Debbie is awesome there. So
You're awesome too, Shayla. Yeah, I mean, I love teaching what I know. I know I'm not always right, but I love sharing my knowledge. I just don't believe in keeping that knowledge. So many agents, I think, don't want to share their secret. What they know, they keep it because they feel threatened. And
right,
there's no need to feel threatened. We're here to help each other out.
right, yeah. Josh Harley
Yeah.
always says high tide floats all boats, and the more you can help people, the more business you have. I mean, it
Right,
just is
yeah,
really
yeah,
true.
yeah. And if
Well,
I can't, if I don't have business of my own, I love helping others build their business. That's just me.
good, and it sounds like it's coming back to you. So keep up the good work. We've kind of come full circle from how you started 2020 learning and then helping people learn stuff to being a mentor. Any last things you want to share before we hop off?
Just be consistent and patient. Like I was saying, a lot of agents don't want to do social media because they think there's no reward in it. There is. Like I said, my listing tomorrow going active, that's from social media. That is a Facebook lead. I have another listing next week, same thing there. It's from Facebook. Um, it's from a friend who found out I was an agent through Facebook. So it does work. You guys just got to be consistent and be patient and dedicate some time to learning how to do it.
Awesome. Debbie, thank you so much. Appreciate your insight and inspiration. I mean, just kind of taking your business to the next level within 12 months and reaping from that. So very good. Look forward to hearing more about how you're growing your team and your empire. That's exciting. We'll let you go. And if you happen to still be watching, thanks for watching. But head over to fathomcareers.com if you don't know about us. Fathom provides the tools and technology for your success, including 100% commission, equity ownership, a powerful CRM. They are constantly developing new technology and developing their own ecosystem so that you get more and more tools just by being a Fathom agent, which is really, really cool. So growing by leaps and bounds, et cetera, et cetera. You can read about it and learn more at fathomcareers.com. Like I said, in our next show, we have Doug Spriker from Florida. He's new with Fathom, not a new agent, but you're going to learn how he went from trash to cash in his career. So there's my teaser. Look forward to seeing you all and interacting with you all here in a couple of weeks. We'll see you then.